Rack pulls or block pulls? What's better? Stay tuned to find out. I know it's not just me. This happens a lot. People say, oh, block pulls are better because they're more specific to a deadlift. Rack pulls are an ego lift. I'll be perfectly honest with you. Depending on where you set the bar, this can either be an ineffective exercise or an ego stroking exercise. And that's what I'm going to talk about in this video. Now, block pulls and rack pulls, you're just naturally going to have a preference. And that may not last a long time. It will just go in phases where you like rack pulls and then switch over to block pulls. And you're going to vary. Different exercises need to be used during different times. There's no such thing as a staple exercise. Maybe a staple motor pattern, but not a staple exercise. Your routine should constantly be changing over the years. So this video is not about telling you which one to pick. It's about what the benefits of each are and how to use them. So let's start off with rack pulls. Rack pulls are where you do a deadlift in a rack off pins, and the height can vary. You can do them at the same height that you would your normal deadlift. You could do that mid-shin, just below the knee. I don't suggest going over your knee. To be honest, I don't suggest doing anything other higher than mid-shin, just because I get the most carryover from that. So you're pulling them off the pins, meaning the strength curve and how the exercise works is going to be slightly different than a deadlift. Why? The bar will not be bending as much because the plates are not off the floor. The contact point is going to be the actual bar itself. And pulling from this without having any whip in the bar could actually be better for you than actual deadlifts, because you're pulling from a stiff bar, which is difficult to do. This engages your muscles slightly better. Whenever I do rack pulls, I notice I have higher upper back soreness. And when I do rack pulls, I feel a shit ton in my hamstrings compared to block pulls. So a big advantage of rack pulls and block pulls is that you probably can use heavier loads. But that's not why I use this exercise for. I set it roughly at the same height a deadlift would be, slightly above, even, just to strengthen my pulling strength. I'm not using this as an overload exercise. I'm using this as another form of hip hinge, another form of lower body pull, another form of deadlift. This will build my posterior chain strength. I'm not using this to overload. If I want to overload, I would use bands. But I'm using this as another form of deadlift. So you don't want to change your range of motion too much, or else it's not going to carry over to a deadlift. But a rack pull out of the rack, the main benefit I see is that it removes the whip from the bar and it changes the strength curve just a little bit. The way you break the bar off the pins is slightly different, which can increase your pulling strength. Now let's move over to block pull. This is a little bit more straightforward. Can vary the height 1, 3, 5, maybe even 7 inches, depending on how tall you are, off the floor. And this one's gonna feel more like a deadlift. Using block pulls can help you strengthen the area where you tend to fail in a deadlift, and you want to set it right before that. For example, if you're constantly failing at the knees, set the bar a couple of inches right before that so you can really hammer that range of motion. Block pulls are going to feel basically like an elevated deadlift. It's similar to a rack pull where you're reducing the range of motion, but the mechanics and the way the bar is going to bend and break off the floor are going to be exactly the same as a deadlift. That is how I would use these two exercises. If you want to remain specific to deadlifts, use block pulls. If you want to remain more general but still getting strong, go with rack pulls. So try out both of these exercises. Let me know which one you like better. Drop them in the comments.